Hey guys, it's Paul here, and I know, you've all been wondering, where have you been? Why haven't there been any more podcasts? I've had a lot of people shouting me. Life just got in the way, work, a few things have happened, so we haven't been able to get in the studio as much as we want, but we're back. We're filming regularly, we're going to be posting regularly, so hope you guys enjoy that. This next episode was one that we filmed just before the Euros semi-final, shortly after my terrible Europa League prediction. So hope you enjoy that one, but put the word out there that we back up.
My name's Adam Savva.
I'm Paul Gialo.
And this is the Untitled Podcast. We're back!
We're back, baby.
Woo!
Back and better. What is love, boy?
Thoughts on No Nut November, even though it's July.
Can't say I've ever participated.
I have, and failed November 27th. I was playing Legend last night, and I was like, yeah, this could fucking happen. Like, we don't deserve anything better. Look at the society we live in.
It's crazy.
On this world is fucked. People are fucked.
It's like, if your daughter came to you and said it,
oh yeah,
are you telling the truth, or why were you outside it? What were you wearing? No. You're gonna see red.
Yeah.
Your blood's gonna boil.
I think the start of every podcast we've done, you've done something weird, and this is the first time I'm not going to cut it out.
It's because I'm excited, man. I'm excited to be back.
We're back. Bro. It's been a month.
We're back.
It's been a month.
It's been too long.
It's been too long.
Way too long. But
we don't really have a reason either.
I think life, man. We're both quite busy people. You know, we're so focused on stuff we want to. Like I said, we're both sort of jacks of all trades. There's loads we want to do, loads that we are doing.
I mean, this last month, so much has changed.
Fact.
A lot's changed in my life. I know a lot's changed in your life. Like, the shit's just got busier.
Agreed. Agreed. A lot of shit's gone on, yeah.
Should we do our... My name's Adam Savva.
I'm Paul Gialo.
And this is the Untitled Podcast. We're back!
We're back, baby.
Woo!
Back and better. Let's do it. Let's do it, man.
Let's get it.
Let's do it.
Safe to say, we will be filming a bit more regularly.
Definitely.
Now
the schedule's kind of cleared up.
Yeah, we just needed to figure out life a little bit.
Yeah, for real. To say the least.
To
say the least, man. But it's good to be back.
How have you been?
Good.
Because I haven't seen you for a while either.
Yeah, it's very true.
Last time I saw you, someone we know's mum was stalking you.
Yeah. She was. She stalked me in the car park. Not even a car park, just outside my house.
It's safe to say we've had a lot of people message us saying, when's the next episode coming?
Yeah. And
thank you.
That humbles me, man.
Yeah.
Proper. Because it shows that we've done all right so far. Still, loads you want to do, loads you want to achieve. But the fact that, people are asking when it's out and tuning in and whatnot, it means the world, honestly.
I want to say a personal thank you to all those people that have reached out.
Ditto. And for those of you watching, we hope to keep bringing you different things every week. We hope to keep elevating. We've got some exciting sort of things coming up in the next episode, some exciting guests, so stay with us, stay strapped in for the journey, and let's take it to the moon, man.
To the moon.
God,
cryptocurrency this year. That's something we haven't spoken to them about.
Yeah, for real.
I think we'll bring that up today. I'm so happy to be back. I've really missed it. And a lot of people have been saying, there's something here. And we probably don't know what it is yet. And that's something my dad's taught me a lot, is like, maybe your job doesn't exist in the world yet. And maybe it does, but what you actually know, you won't know, kind of thing. There's something here and I like it. We've got some amazing guests lined up. Many who want to come on, many we've reached out to, so this is great.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so happy. I'm so fucking happy to be back.
Back in my element.
And so much has happened in the world.
Don't even know where to start.
The Euros.
Where do we start? Let's start there.
I know where to start, actually. Because last time we did a podcast, you said, and I quote, we'll cut to this bit, but I'm going to have to get it up. got it somewhere. Wait. So
Loads. Yeah, don't worry about finding it.
Next year. And Man United are walking the Europa League final. Well, I'm telling you, we're coming back. What day is?
let's just what was that? Let's just rewind that because I think we missed something there.
And Man United are walking the Europa League final. The Premier League next year. And Man United are walking the Europa League final. Well, Man United are walking the Euro.
Okay, we get it. Okay,
What happened? It's been a month. All right, you've recovered.
oh yeah. If you have me on Snapchat, I was in pain. I was in severe. Do you know what? I think just didn't turn up on the night. I think they turn up all the way. We turn up half-heartedly.
It's the Unai Emery Cup.
When it goes, when it goes to penalties, it's a lottery. So
I think it says a lot about like football as a whole as well. Like you need to reevaluate because if Maguire's in that team, you would have won, in my opinion. Maguire's in that team, you would have won that.
It's a great argument.
Ball
playing centre half, he breaks lines.
And we go into the Euros now because all right, I'm not going to torment you. I've tormented you behind the scenes enough.
Yeah,
about
so
them.
bad. This guy's a bully.
I don't know about that.
He's a bully.
But when people get into me about supporting Arsenal, and most of my people at work laugh at me when I say Arsenal going to finish in the top 6 next year, like genuine, like you would have thought I'm cracking the best jokes. They're laughing their heads off, and I'm guaranteed that Arsenal are finishing. Anyways, let's talk about the Euros. Let's talk about what's going on because one thing I do want to talk about that really mindfucked me in the Euros was the reaction to Mbappe's missed goal.
Yeah.
Suddenly, he was a nobody again. Suddenly, he wasn't the best player in the world. Everyone was shitting on him online.
He's a terrible player. He can't handle pressure moments. Like, it's
and I'm
silly.
like, hold on. How old is Mbappe?
22.
22.
I think. He might be younger. He's not 23. I know that, but he's 22 or 21.
Right. So, one, for everyone online to be praising this boy and going, you are the next Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, you are the greatest.
In that bracket.
Pre-tournament, I was saying that. And then I only got upset with him when he dived against Portugal, that match. I was fucking fuming. But the reaction from people really taught me a lot about life in that you're great until you're not.
Until you're not.
and then as simple as that, you're
it's
not.
Mad. Most of the comments were from people who've probably never kicked a ball in their life, but don't know what it's like to be at the very top of your game. Like, Mbappe won the World Cup at 18. I wasn't doing that at 18. No one was winning World Cups at 18. Like, he's pretty much conquered football.
Yeah.
At 21, 22 years old. Bearing in mind his prime is about 5 years away.
Exactly.
That is mad scary. It's like you said, you're great until you're not.
Yeah.
Like,
it's as simple as that.
It's a penalty miss. He can take that penalty 10 more times.
Yeah.
And he'll score 8 of them. I promise you.
But that's the
will.
thing, like, people underestimate how hard penalties actually are. Like, people think they're really piss easy.
And that was a pressure penalty.
Pressure
penalty.
In European tournament that you won't get again for another 4 years. You'll get the World Cup, but Euros, right? He's 22 and he's taking the last penalty for France, who are the expected winners.
Yeah, for real.
And he is the next prophecy in the football game.
It's a lot of mental pressure. It's a lot of mental pressure.
And it was just a brilliant save. It wasn't a bad penalty.
Yes. Yeah.
It wasn't a bad penalty. It was a good save. So yeah, it was just something I wanted to bring up.
Well, that's just football fans in general. I think football fans are reactionary,
or is it just modern day society? Because you look at everything, right? Someone makes 10 great films. Their 11th one, Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah,
everyone shitted on Once Upon a Time in America.
In Hollywood.
Sorry. And suddenly he's the worst filmmaker. None of his films have ever been
Reservoir
good.
Dogs never happened. Yeah.
He likes feet. He's a weirdo.
Pulp Fiction didn't happen. Yeah, he's the worst filmmaker ever.
And I remember when that came out, everyone on Twitter was like, oh, why did we ever like this guy?
For real.
So he's just... Is it...
Society-wide problem. I agree.
Do you think?
I definitely agree. Because you can make one... Not just saying some mistakes are obviously bigger than others, but you can make one mistake and people will forget every single thing that you've done. And we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all do things we shouldn't, say things we shouldn't. I think one half of it is being accountable for that. You've got to be accountable for your actions. But it's like, we're all human. You've got to give people that leeway, that extra bit of credit, especially if they've done so well up to that point. Do you know what I mean? Because to err is human.
Yeah.
It's human. It's just human nature.
It's human. I like that one.
It's human nature.
It's true. Like, expectancy, if that's a word, on people in the limelight to always be perfect.
Facts.
Forgetting that they are human
first. Yeah. Human
and then
beings
still
first.
working in that industry. And the thing with working is you're always getting better.
Yeah.
You're never the best. Ronaldo's never the best. Lionel Messi's never the best. They're still working. Tarantino's never the best. He's still working.
Yeah.
You're the best, and when you go, all right, I'm actually done now. I did the best I could.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm tired of it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to shit on a 21, 22-year-old boy, because
he is
effectively a boy /
he's
young adult.
He's a boy in the game. Yeah.
It was just beyond me.
It's
and
ridiculous.
I was just like, what?
That's just society though, isn't it? I think that's the biggest thing I've learned over this last month, actually, being on Twitter and being on socials. It's like, people don't necessarily care about what it is you've done. They just want to cause commotion. They just want to bandwagon. Like, I saw a tweet yesterday. It's like, don't explain yourself to people who A, have never walked a mile in your shoes, and B, don't understand what it's like to be you. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to explain your decisions to anyone. Be accountable for them, yes. Have your own reasoning for them, yes. But you don't, like, I'll use Mbappe again as an example. He doesn't need to put out a statement saying that he's sorry.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. It was like, why
sorry
did
for
he have
missing
to do
a penalty. Of course he's sorry for missing a penalty. He's a professional footballer who wants to be at the top of his game. Of course he's sorry. Like, he doesn't need to explain himself.
Again, it's like the whole problem I have with, and again, I was having this debate with people at work, is like, what do you prefer, international football or club football? Immediately, club football. You?
Yeah, same.
Club football. I get apologising maybe to a club because you're apologising to a set fan base of a team that you've been following for years. The France national team, right, any national team, doesn't represent the entire nation.
Of course not.
Because if that was the case, I would not be supporting England.
Me neither.
I would not be supporting England's back history and everything they've been,
Not
right?
at all.
But what I'm supporting is I live here and I want to have a good time after.
And football kind of brings us together, which is
Exactly.
amazing. I love when this country comes
It's a
together for stuff
beautiful
like that.
sport. It's not you're representing the whole nation. You're representing
A pocket
of your nation. The football fans in your nation. So you don't need to apologise. You don't need to apologise.
You don't need to apologise at all. You know what
You can put out a tweet saying, I'm gutted or I'm sorry. Not a whole fucking paragraph essay.
'Cause if you missed that penalty in training, doesn't care. It's
Exactly.
different context.
Exactly.
Context even. If you missed that penalty in the group stages, don't matter. But it's because it's the gravity of what he's done. But it's like when you break things down. See, I like looking at certain things holistically as a whole, but I also like looking at it sort of with a reductionist point of view where I kind of break it up into small parts. All he's done is miss a penalty. Now you can add those different layers on and whatnot, but of course he's going to be upset. Of course he knows. You don't need to tell him. You don't need to take the piss out of him. He knows. But yeah, that's
I still remember the first
something
penalty I missed in fucking Sunday League when I was, how old was I? I was like 7, and I hit the bottom left-hand post, and it came back and it went back into play. I don't think they got a goal, but I'll never forget it. I think I was playing like Cuffley Youth, and my dad was on the touchline, and I did the whole like, fake injury thing, like, that's why I missed because I got a bad leg.
Yeah.
And he went, do you want to come off?
The bubble.
And he was like, yeah, do you want to come off? I was like, yeah. Went up. I just started bawling, like crying my eyes out. And to this day, it still scars me.
It's mad.
And whenever I go up to a penalty in Sunday League or 6-a-side or whatever, I'm remembering that moment. So I'm telling you, Mbappe will remember that moment. You don't need to shit on him.
But he's of that mentality I've seen in interviews where he won't let that phase him. You can tell already by what he's achieved in the game.
Exactly.
He's a monster. He's a mentality monster, which is a quote by Jurgen Klopp, actually, and it will always stick with me. Mentality monsters. He said that his Liverpool team were full of mentality monsters. I think that's half the battle because everyone in the game, football is actually an analogy for life, but forget football. Everyone who's anyone, anywhere has ability. So like if you look in the music industry, everyone's got some sort of ability. If you look in the sports industry, everyone's got some sort of ability. Filmmaking, whatever it is, you know, banking, whatever it is. But what sets people apart is their mentality, their approach to things. Some obviously might have a little bit more talent than others, but it's how you decide to use the skills that you're given or the skills that you learn. You've got to be a mentality monster. You've got to go, this is what I want, this is how I'm going to get there. Doesn't mean hurting people, stepping over people, whatever, but you've got to have that drive and that focus to just keep on going, get to where you want to be in the way that you want to get there.
Yeah. And it's okay if along the way you don't, like on a Monday you feel like, oh, do you know what, today I actually can't be asked to really because the half the battle of being a mentality, I like that analogy, mentality monster, is recognizing when you need a break.
Fact.
Because even footballers don't train 24 hours a day. They train and they go home and play FIFA because they need to. They have to. And I saw a stat I found ridiculous. Bruno Fernandes has played 84 games in the last 2 seasons. Wow.
But he needs to just sleep for a whole week.
What is that? 84 times 90? Because he doesn't really come off as a sub.
He doesn't really. He's come off maybe 5 times.
That's 7,560 minutes
of intense football. He covers
without extra time.
He covers quite a lot of ground as well,
including training.
Yeah,
there's that training today.
Training 4 days a week.
That's crazy.
Disgusting, isn't it? But yeah, it's like allowing yourself that time to breathe, that time to recalibrate. I didn't get told off, but I got a bit of not a warning, but a talking to, because I hadn't, since the start of the year up until June, I'd taken 1 day off. And it was like, that's not healthy.
Whenever I speak to you, because I always ring you at like 9 o'clock in the evening or 10 o'clock in the evening, you always sound like,
I'm always half gone.
Yeah.
But that's not healthy.
No.
But I've learned to exercise those, ironically, I've learned to exercise the muscles that allow me to rest. I've learned to go, right, this is my priority right now, to rest and recharge and recoup. Because whatever I do in life, whatever I do is dependent on my capabilities. It's dependent on what I can do in my brain. If I can speak that day or whatever, if I can actually physically go out and do things. And I won't be able to unless I give myself that time to just recoup. And that's with my brain. If I sort of detach from something, allow myself to recharge, think about other things, my body, rest, thinking about anything other than what I have to do is also important, because it allows me to attack everything with full force.
I'm glad you said that. Because, and I really respect that you said that, because I think my biggest fault is not realizing when to rest. And my dad, my mum, my friends, everyone I know has said to me, Adam, you're burning the candle at both ends a lot. And I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like I'm doing enough. And it's funny, like I went for a, where was I? I don't remember, but I was talking to someone and they were like, oh, you're doing a lot. And I went, I don't think I'm doing enough. And they went, trust me, when I was your age, blah, blah. And they did the whole spiel, like, you're doing great for your age. And I never, ever feel like I'm doing enough. And I wish I could actively rest. I wish I could know when I need to and actually practice the art of resting, because I think there is something amazing about
so important, man.
Blocking time to go, actually, I'm going to do nothing. And I do have moments where but it comes out of blips of like, I really can't, like my body's like that, and I just go to a game of FIFA or just watch something. It's never like, right, today I need to rest, or today I'm going to do nothing because I've got that time and I need to use it. It's always because my body's in overdrive.
And you shouldn't let it get to that point. Realistically, you should go, today healthy. I'm not doing anything. I'm just not. And people have I'll rest when I'm dead, blah blah, but it's not healthy, man. I promise you. Working hard, you can work as hard as you want, but you have to allow yourself that time to just chill, go and do something, like go for a run, go for a walk, watch films all day. Do you know what I mean?
Do that thing that almost feels bad for doing.
Yeah, don't be a slave to hard work.
Yeah,
it's not healthy at all.
And it goes back to this like reinforcement in society that money's king, and that to make money you need to work hard, and you do, but you
work smart as well.
Exactly what I was going to say. Like, you need to work smart as well. You need to go, right, if I'm not at the best of my capabilities to do this, I can't work hard.
Facts.
I can only be as best as I can be after active rest.
Facts. If you pull an all-nighter and you've got to wake up at 7 or whatever, you're not going to be at your best.
I used to do that in school a lot. I used to write scripts until like 5 a.m, and then wake up in 2 hours to go to school. Always be late to school, be half asleep through lessons, go home, write scripts till 6 a.m.
Do it all over again.
And
That's
through
mad.
school was just a blur at some points. Like it was just like headache after, and I suffered from migraines because I think probably because of that. Like, I remember times in my life where I didn't work smart at all. I just worked really hard. And I didn't get half as much done as when I have done when I work smart. When I work smart and go, right, if I manage my time effectively,
productivity,
I can get so much done. And if I actually just do nothing that day, I'm going to get a lot done the next day.
It's about being effective, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's about being effective. How can I be effective to myself and to others, to what I'm doing? Do it justice.
One of the best life lessons I learned recently is like, everyone's goal in life is to make as much money as possible by doing the least.
Yeah.
So if that's anything to live by, try and figure out how can I make the most money or get the most happiness by doing as least as possible. And I think if you live by that mantra, you can bend the rules a little bit, work a little bit harder in places, work a little bit less harder in places, work a little bit smarter, work a little bit dumber. And you'll get to where you need to be, not where you want to be, but where you need to be in this circle. Don't know how we got here from Mbappe, but
that's the beauty of the Untitled Podcast.
Say, do you know what I mean? Like, what I want to say is, don't shit on a 21-year-old because he didn't even make a mistake. He
was human
did something
for
that
existing.
Everyone in the crowd would have done.
Not me though. I'm cool as a cucumber. Look, I'm not even shaking right now. But
what position do you play? I've never actually asked you this.
What's my favorite position?
Yeah. Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god. How did I not see that?
Position. Do you know what? I grew up playing everywhere, but when I joined, for real, utility man. Joined academy as a centre half, but then gradually I kind of grew more into like a defensive centre mid because I would just no technique, just ran around rattling guys and passing it to the guys who actually had technique.
Right. You're like, I know I can't do anything.
I know I can't do it. I'm just gonna tackle you and give it to the guy that can.
I think I need to change my position.
Yeah. Played right back for it, but I think I enjoy playing centre half the most because again, like I said, I love rattling guys.
Are you one of those like getting in their heads kind of players?
I never was,
but now.
But I feel like it's important now.
Yeah.
It's important.
This
now.
is it. Like me and my dad were having a debate ages ago. Like this is like 6 months ago. And I don't know why it popped into my mind, but he was like, "Oh, football's got a lot shitter for all extensive purposes. Like people are diving now. There's mind games in it. Like you have to play the foul." And I'm like, doesn't that make it better?
Yeah,
like
it does.
now there's a whole other new element of
the game. You got
dive. Yeah. Fucking dive. Like, did you see that video of Pogba?
Yeah.
Where I think it was Dan James in the box and he's gone dive.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole new element of the game.
Makes it harder to be that elite level.
Yeah.
It's not just pure. You can't do everything with your feet. You gotta be up there as well.
Yeah.
Gotta be up there. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I never pictured you as a centre half.
Really? To be fair, I was a lot taller than a lot of kids when I was young. That's probably why I'm not that tall for a centre half now.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I would probably move to the middle and started playing right back. But yeah, that was me, man. Literally, ask anyone who's ever played with me. Not much technique there, maybe 20% technique.
I don't know if I want to ask people that play with you, really.
20% technique, but I just went around rattling. Like, you would have known if you were in a game with me,
right?
Because I would have taken the ball off you about 10 times and given it to the guys that can actually do something. Sometimes not even giving it to the guys, losing it again, and then going to win it back.
Right.
But yeah, that was me, man. That was my game. But I think it's just because it's actually, again, football is an analogy for life. Work hard and do what you can. I never tried to do everything. Do what you can and do what you're good at. Know your game.
I think that's my problem.
I've never ever done a step over on a pitch. If you know me, if you've seen me play football, the Cruyff turn was my thing. The Cruyff turn was just my go-to for everything. Just get me out of trouble. But literally, that's my life motto, football analogy.
Nice.
Work hard, work extremely hard, cover the ground, do the dirty work, but do what you can. Because I knew I would never ever in my career, if I had one, to be able to run through guys. I would I'd never be able to do what Messi does. But I know guys in my team that can.
And so
I would just give them
and
the
then
ball.
you'll get the credit. Like
I don't even care about the credit. I just know I've done my bit. But yeah.
So like a Thomas Partey role almost.
Literally.
Nice.
Literally.
I like that. I like that.
That's me, man.
It's safe to say we've never played a game of football together.
And we need to.
We need to.
Yeah, but
we need
it's
to.
gotta happen.
But you'll just laugh at me because all I do is run because that's all I'm good at. I'm fast, innit? That's all I can do.
It is what it is, bro.
So just pass to me. I'll just
There's
run.
more-
There'll be
there's
someone
more-
in the middle that can play the ball.
There's
better.
more than one way to play football. That's the beauty of the game. There's not like I said, football is an analogy for everything. There's not one way to live life. There's not one way to play football.
Yeah.
Different people, different strokes for different folks. Like, do what you do. Oh god. What is this guy like, bruv? All I said was different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, don't
and
repeat it.
This guy's turning it into a next thing. But yeah, that's me.
Right.
Man. That's me, man.
Okay. Should we get into some questions? Because we've had loads of
do
people send some questions in. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
let me
Right, you go
actually-
first because
let
you've
me
got some
do-
as well.
I've got some really good ones.
I'm actually going to put up an Insta story as we speak.
So this colleague of mine, she said, she's not seeing sort of enough men's responses to the 97% sexual harassment stat. So like, what are our thoughts on it as males, as young males living in 2021? So no, do you want to kick off?
Yeah, go ahead.
You kick off.
Okay, I'll kick off. Where'd you start?
For real.
Have you ever seen it happen? Sexual assault in the workplace
In the workplace,
or anywhere?
anywhere. I don't.
I have. I can
No,
safely
I
say-
definitely no. Okay, no. I have. I was just thinking different context. No, I definitely have. I'm being silly. I'm
And
being
there's
silly.
only two of us here. If there was another person here, then we could
Probably
ask them as
said
well.
yeah.
We've all seen it happen.
Mm.
I can safely say I don't feel like I did enough in the environment that I should have.
Mm.
It's disgusting that there are men out there that hear the statistic and go, they probably deserved it, or they say something stupid like,
Oh yeah, but women lie.
women lie. How many of them are lying, are in it for the money or something like that?
Yeah.
There's so many men who are so quick to go because it affects them, and it kind of, it's the same thing with white men and white women in the Black Lives Matter movement. It's like, well, I'm white and I've never done it, so that means we all don't do
Yeah,
it.
exactly. And I've never seen. Oh,
Right.
Well, claim to
So-
have seen it, yeah.
And that's where that's where it's all gone wrong, right? I think men need to do more, and men need to be the ones who are leading the front, not the women.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Like, men need to actually go, we know there are some
creeps out there.
Some cunts out there, bleep,
That's getting bleeped.
who there isn't even a word for them. Like, they're just disgusting people.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I'm like,
It's such a hard one to tackle because it's like, it should be so fucking obvious.
yeah,
Of
agreed.
like what's wrong and how to fix it.
Yeah.
And yet it doesn't feel like there's any
For real.
change.
And that hasn't been pulled out from thin air. It's been asking, look, to me, that stat could have been 60%, and it's still disgusting. 97%,
fucking 10%, and I would have been like, that's
like,
too much.
97%. It's
That's
a joke.
insane.
And the point I always get when I'm debating with friends is, yeah, but how many women lie, or how many women are in it for the money? Like, it's like, if your daughter came to you and said it,
Oh yeah.
are you telling the truth, or why were you out so late? What were you wearing? No, you're gonna see red.
Yeah.
Your blood's gonna boil.
Yeah.
Now, I always say this: I would rather apologize to another man for not believing him than let a man lie and get away with it.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? I'd rather apologize to another man for not believing him, going, right, okay, fair enough.
Fine, we
I
got it wrong.
apologize. Look, I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Look, I take full responsibility for that. I'm accountable for my actions, than to discredit or doubt a woman's story off the bat.
What's worse? Yeah, you're exactly right. What's worse? Admitting you were wrong to someone who's actually innocent,
Yeah.
or accusing someone who's wrong accusing someone who's a victim to something and saying they're wrong. That's more damaging.
That's a lot more damaging. I'd rather the first option.
Exactly.
I'd rather apologize and go, look, I got it wrong. I'm sorry. Whether you accept that apology or not is your business.
Yeah.
But it's honestly, and it's like there's a culture that's been cultivated within friends and friendship groups where people sometimes don't identify, they don't see it, and they don't think. Like, I still remember when there was like a whole Twitter thing last year about sexual harassment, like people talking about their experiences in schools. And that's why I had that moment earlier where I was like, have I seen it? Have I not? Because I did. Like, it happened in school all the time.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember you just thinking, like, you lot are idiots. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I always, like you said, like me, I feel like I did enough.
Yeah.
The first bit I did was not partake in it, but the second bit is to not be a bystander. And I feel like I did that quite a few times. But again, moving away from me, but it's like you don't realize how ingrained it is in the culture, because some people don't even know what it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the biggest problem, I think. I think there's not enough education to men about, oh, you know that thing you do? Yeah, that's uncomfortable for women.
Very uncomfortable. Yeah.
Oh, you know when you actually say that talk? Yeah, that's not right. And that's actually derogatory. Oh, you know when you slap her ass and she doesn't ask for it? She doesn't like that. And I genuinely, like, I asked, I remember when that stat came out, and I asked a lot of women that I knew, have you ever been groped or anything? Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, literally. Same with me.
100% of girls I asked said yeah.
Same with me.
And I was like,
it's ridiculous. What? It is ridiculous.
Like, who's doing this? Like,
it's mad.
It's crazy.
I've had female friends call me at God knows what time. I'm like, I always, like, when it's past sort of 10ish, I'll always answer the phone to anyone, boy, girl, mum, dad, whatever. I'll always answer the phone because I'm like, why are you calling me at 10, bro? I want my sleep. But if I see it, I'll always call back or answer the phone. But I've had friends who just stay on the phone with me while I walk home. While I get in.
Yeah, like 100%, man.
Personally, I would never do that. But I understand why. And it's like, it hurts, man.
Breaks my
it
heart.
hurts. Like,
it's like, even I don't know if you've got TikTok, but like all these videos on TikTok where it's like, oh, play this if you're in a cab.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a guy going, oh, are you coming home, sweetie?
Yeah, it's mad.
I'm like,
that's not normal.
Right. The fact that women feel like they have to do that, and yet there are still men going, oh, they're lying. And no. Fucking step up and realise, even if you're not doing it, even if you're the one who's never slapped a girl's ass, never been derogatory to her in a sexual way, or another, fucking do something. Do something. If you see it, stop it. And I've been victim of not doing that in school times. And now that I'm getting older, I've actually got the courage to go,
you realise it a lot more.
That's not all right.
It's not okay. It's not, like, I'm conscious now of walking behind women or just being around.
100%.
But that's not because I don't want them to think anything, or I guess a little bit of that is, but it's because I know what the world is like. I know their perception. I would never want to make someone uncomfortable. It's sad that I have to do that.
At the end of the day, that's someone's daughter. And
it's
like,
reality.
The thought of a girl going home to her dad or mum going, someone was following me home, or I feel like a bit scared to go to school the next day because this, that, and the other, or oh, I don't think I'd do whatever I can to avoid that.
Sickening, bro.
If my daughter came home saying that to me, I'd be in my car all night going, who was it? Who was it?
Yeah,
Who was
literally,
it?
just
do you know what I mean?
Red. Your blood boiled.
The fact that, and do you know what? A lot of the men that do it have sisters, but they'll never stop and think, hold on, people have done that to my sister.
It's about this time last year, to be fair. I did a project for a company called Makita Makes, where we were talking about female empowerment, and I wrote a poem about female empowerment, and that just...
This is the one you put on your story the other day.
Yeah,
Fucking beautiful. Well done.
Thank you. And that's like, that for me was like real time to just reflect, like, how are women seen in society? How do we treat women? And it was nuts, man. I just kept thinking about stuff that women still can't do to this day. Stuff that happens to women. And I'm like, wow. Like, that's no way to live. Like, it sounds simple, but phoning someone just so you get home safely, it sounds like a silly concept. It's dumb. Just walk home. Like, but
I get it.
I get it. I do. There's some creeps out there, but it's not up to the women to raise awareness and to campaign and to blah, blah,
it's up
blah,
to the
blah,
men.
blah. It's up to the people who perpetrate this, which is majority men.
And
it's up to the people who do this.
And a lot of the time, what I hear on Twitter or in retaliation protests is, well, you know, men have the man's suicide rate is higher than women's. I'm like, yeah, that's a problem we have to battle as well.
What about?
But right now, we're talking about the problems that women face.
Whataboutery is the worst. It's the worst thing ever.
Like,
oh, but what about this?
No.
Oh, but what about?
Like,
they're two completely
exactly
different things.
I'm like, no. There's problems on that side as well. But we're talking about this now. So get off your fucking high horse and let's deal with this, and then we can deal with your problem. Actually, we'll deal with yours a bit later.
For real. This is
pressing issues
for something else.
Exactly.
Correct.
And I think people need to realize that there is a lot of shit in the world, and it will only get dealt with, not one by one, but in accordance to the time that it has to. Like, oh, this just happened. We should fucking deal with this now. But this is happening. No. This is happening now. That's been happening. We can deal with that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's beyond me that people even say, what about that? Like, get off your high horse, man. Like, yeah, you've got problems. We've all got
your
problems.
eyes. We've all got problems.
But when 97% of women are going, oh, yeah, I don't feel safe, or I've been sexually assaulted, or, you know what I mean?
That's nuts, bro.
97%.
So
97%.
if you lined up 100 women, 97 of them would say.
And do you know what the crazy thing is? And this is what someone said to me when I asked them. They said the fucking weird thing is, and the crazy thing is, the 3%, the 3 women lying there, are probably too scared to admit it.
Agreed.
It's probably 100% of women.
Agreed.
And that kills me.
Too many words to describe
it makes me feel like there's no hope
Yeah.
for society, because it seems to be getting worse every 10 years. It's like I was watching I Am Legend last night and I was like, yeah, this could fucking happen. Like, we don't deserve anything better.
Probably.
Look at the society we live in.
It's crazy.
On this world is fucked. People are fucked. Men don't see the way they are making 100% of women feel in society, because they want to look good for their lads, and it does come down to toxic masculinity and like a whole
one to show off
psychology in the male domain. But by dealing with it head on and going, men, you are the problem, fucking deal with it, you're in a step in the right direction.
And be accountable.
Yeah, biggest thing.
Accountable
biggest
for your own
thing.
actions. Oh nah, I only did this, I only did that. Be accountable for your actions, man.
Agreed.
I don't. That stat is nuts to me.
It broke my heart when I heard it.
Is
I remember hearing it.
nuts to me, bro.
It was like March this year, wasn't it, when it came out or something like that?
Ridiculous. Like, it blows your mind, because that 97% means that the 3% of women are going,
can I actually talk about it?
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I am petrified.
Oh yeah, if you're the minority in anything, you're terrified.
Petrified.
You're going, oh fuck, does that mean I'm going to be one of that statistic tomorrow?
For real. Like,
fuck, I never thought about it like that.
I've got some of my cousins have told me stories of walking home with their keys between their fingers.
Yeah.
What? like what? It is mad. Like, I've got cousins, I've got friends who their parents have told them, you're not allowed to be out past this time because they're a girl. It is crazy, bro.
And it's one of the reasons, like, when someone asks me, when you want kids and all that, do you want a boy or a girl? I've always said I want a boy. Because I'm terrified to raise a girl. and
especially in this day and age, bro.
Even if a guy forcefully put himself onto her, I can control myself, but I don't know how far I can control myself too, because I know how much I love my mum and every female that I like have, you know,
close to you.
I don't know what I'd do if that was my daughter, and I'm being deadly serious now. Like I get why there's people out there that can switch like that, because I don't know. Yeah, do you know where I'm going?
Yeah, no, facts, bro. Love is mad. Love is a mad little drug. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. I'm gonna
answer that because it's a little bit more hopeful.
Yeah, but it's like, again, for all the like the women in my life, like, you think sort of, obviously I haven't got a daughter, but you think like, what would I do for this person?
Yeah.
Like if it really came down to it. But it's almost like that kind of that selfish, like you let her live, you let her enjoy her life, because man to man, you're not going to stop someone that I love from feeling safe, feeling happy. It's nuts, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So I hope we answer that question.
Yeah, for
basically, men need to step the fuck up,
Need to
be
pattern
accountable,
up, pattern up,
don't be a
man.
bystander.
Yeah, for real.
But like, look, if you're a 13-year-old boy somehow listening to this, I get
Go
it's
to
hard.
bed.
I get it's hard in a school environment, because I've said in a podcast before, schools are just a toxic environment.
Toxic, bro.
That will tell you that if you are the one doing the right thing, you're not cool, and popularity wins, and you have to be the cool, popular kid in school. You don't. You learn that the minute you leave school. But yeah. So I get it's hard. So don't feel pressurized to do it, but don't at the same time, because I get it. I get that it might be hard for a 14, 13-year-old boy who's seen it in the playground, and that is the one going, fuck, maybe this isn't right. But I can't say anything because then I'm not the cool kid, and I've got friends with them, and I'm
now,
like,
you're the guy who kind of dampens the mood and that kind of thing.
But if you're over the age of fucking 18, 20, step the fuck up.
For real.
I'm just gonna check on that camera, and then we'll answer the next question.
Yeah, that's gone as well, to be fair. Yeah, men just got to do better, bro.
Yeah.
Got to do better. Got to man up.
Yeah.
Got to take accountability and just, bro, the stat baffles me all the time.
Yeah, I think it's just
The fact that
it's just a case of like men, even if you're not in the one in the wrong, doesn't mean you can't make a difference.
facts.
You don't have to be the criminal to realize that a crime's taken place.
Yeah, exactly that.
Exactly.
It's like another thing. It's like that whole. This is another can of worms. We're not going to go into detail, but like when men sort of state opinions on abortion, it's not your body, bro.
Yeah,
You don't-
100%.
You don't get to pick.
100%.
You just shut up. It's none of your business.
Agreed.
But men feel like, I feel like sometimes men feel like they have to have an opinion on everything to do with
It's
women.
the way we live in a patriarchal society that
Correct.
men think they're God, and
Correct.
so have an opinion on everything, even if it's nothing to do with them.
Correct.
It's like that and one annoying guy at a party where you're talking about something and he's like, oh, actually, I have an opinion on that, and it's something you're not going to like, but we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, for real.
It's that one annoying guy at the party. And I'm a man, and I can admit that most men are annoying people at parties because they have an opinion on everything. They're always the loudest in the room.
Sort of this macho, like, dick
Disgusting.
swinging contest or whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The biggest thing in life is every guy wants to have a bigger dick than the other guy. And-
Metaphorically speaking.
but you know what I mean. Like,
Metaphorically speaking.
Yeah. Why'd you keep side-eyeing the
I'm
camera?
not side-eyeing the camera. I'm just checking that the thing's still recorded. Metaphorically speaking.
Right.
Metaphorically speaking.
It does come down to like toxic masculinity
For real.
and
Nah, facts.
yeah.
Should we move on to the next question?
Let's move on to the next question, because I got a question that got a quick one.
Go on.
Let's get some, because we got like 15 in the matter of 5 seconds.
Sweet.
Quick fire ones. Ready?
Go on.
Would you cut contact with everyone you know, including family, for £100 million?
Nah, I wouldn't, you know. Nah, bro, it's not
Quick
worth
reasoning?
it. It's not worth it.
Not worth it.
Family and friends.
Family and friends.
Nah, what's the point of having money if you ain't got people to enjoy it with?
100%. Agreed.
Nah, couldn't do it.
100%. How does it feel for both your teams to be out of the Euros?
How does it feel to be a flipping idiot coming on a podcast asking silly questions? I'm a bit sad. Okay, I'm a bit sad.
Hashtag
but it's coming home. It's coming home.
Hashtag football's coming home. Thoughts on not November, even though it's June, July.
Can't say I've ever participated.
I have, and failed November 27th. Do you know what? I do think there's an art to no masturbation, and I think it's something that most men should practice.
Abstinence is the key. Be like me. Just abstain. Just abstain.
This is a long question.
Go on.
in summary, I'm adding that at the beginning. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
Doing what I love.
I love that.
10 years. I'm going to be 29. I don't think I'll be ready to settle down yet. Doing what I love. Just doing what I love. Doing what I love. Making money from it. You?
Yeah. Smiling, hopefully.
Exactly.
God, I'll be 31.
Oof.
Hopefully with child.
Starting life. With child. What, are you with child?
Yeah.
2020.
It'll be experimental by then, isn't it?
Exactly.
2020, 2031.
20, whatever it is. You can probably download a child off the internet.
With child, doing what I love, which is a lot of things. Happy. What the fuck does that mean?
Happy. Bro,
Happy.
happiness is the key, man.
Okay. This is a question I've been wanting to answer for ages. And it's so fucking broad.
Go on.
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
I was really hoping you'd do that. Copyright. Other songs
no.
are available.
You got to play another song over. What is love, boy? Are we talking romantic love? Are we talking platonic love? Are we talking...
Well,
that's why
do you
it's
want
so
my
broad.
answer or do you want...
Go on, you go first. Set pace.
You make a good point. Are we talking romantic, platonic,
Familial love.
familiar, friendship love?
Yeah.
Right. You might not like my answer. Love is the best and the worst thing in the world. It's painful. It's hard. Love is what you do despite what your brain tells you to do. When your mind is going, yeah, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't go there, but your heart's going, but for them, or for the love of this, or that's love. Love is what you do in spite of your thoughts. Love is also beautiful and can take you to the highest of highs. But I think the way society has pressurized love in a way that if you don't need it, and now we're talking romantical love, right?
Right. Yeah.
This whole idea of like, oh, I don't need a man, or I don't need a girl to be anyone. I'm good on my own, right? No, like I disagree. I think there's someone for everyone. I think love, I mean, I can talk from experience. Love is amazing. And it, look, in spite of all the times that love has driven me to sad points or to crazy points, or and I'm not just talking romantical love right now, like the love of the game, the love of football, the love of acting and filmmaking, the places it's taken me, down here and up there. Like, thank you. I can't say anything but thank you. So what is love for me? Love isn't even a feel. It's just a feeling. There's no thoughts in it. It's just a feeling that you can't control, and you can't go, oh, I'm going to turn love on today. I can turn on a good mood. I can put on a brave face and go if I'm feeling really down.
Can't fake love.
Or if, I'm in a room and I'm like, well, I need to be the angry one here. Dude, I can turn that on. I can turn on that emotion.
Yeah,
I can't turn on love.
Facts.
If I fall in love with something, I'm in love,
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm
it. You're
all
done.
the way in. Like, yeah. So love is, and love is religion. Let's take it that way, right? Religion is formed on the basis of love. If you're a Christian, love is what Jesus did on that cross. He said, for the love of you all, I will take on all your sins. I don't know the whole scriptures of the Quran, but from what I know, love is what Muhammad did, right? And love is what Allah preaches. Love is the central fucking key in every religion. Why? Because it's the ultimate feeling that's been here since the dawn of day. It's not something that we've just newly discovered and now are going, oh, there's only negatives to it. It's just that society, like we said at the beginning, is always looking for someone to hate or something to hate. So, yeah, I go back to love is the best and the worst thing in this world because it's the only thing you can't control.
Nice.
Is
I think that resonates with me, because for me, love is a silver lining. Like, it's a silver lining because I know that people would die for love, people would kill for love, people would do some crazy, crazy shit for love. That's love in general. Like, and again, I can sympathize with your experiences because, for example, my love of the game of football has taken me here, but it's also taken me here.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I go, but I love the game.
Yeah.
I've had some really bad days, but I've gone, but I love this sport. So I'm back in again tomorrow and I'm at him. My love of writing, taking me here. Some days I've gone, I can't write for shit. Like, this is bad. This is terrible. I can't do this. But I've gone, but I love the way, that word again, that words can make people feel and think. So I'm back at it again. People. There's people that have taken me here and have taken me here, but I go, but I love you. So I'm back. I'm up and at them again the very next day. Like, there's people that I truly, truly love and would do anything for. I'd go to the end of the world for, platonically, probably romantically in the future, or whatever it is. But it's like, it's that silver lining because I'm a very pessimistic person. Like, I always look at things sort of quite negatively. So that's why it's a silver lining, because I feel like when there is nothing else, there is love. Now, you can't touch love. You can't really see love. You can't buy love, but it's there, man. It's there. If you feel it, you feel it. Yeah. And it's like, that's why I'm so, whenever I hate, I say I hate, I'm a logical person. I don't really like thinking with my heart. I think with my head. But I do, when I feel something in my heart and I think with my heart, I go, yeah, that's it. I just dive head first. Yeah. Literally into something. Like, I feel like love is that silver lining of when things are dark and things are dreary or things aren't going your way, you turn around and it's always there, because it's that it always, like you said, everything just circles back to love, to this thing we don't even know what it is. Yeah. Like, everyone has their idea of love. Everyone thinks they know what love looks like. Yeah. Everyone thinks they are, well, relatively, everyone thinks they're in love, right?
How many times a day do people fall in love where they're like driving their car, they make eye contact with someone, they're like, oh, I fucking love you.
Love it first sight.
They look at each other and they're like, oh, I'm never going to see you again. How many times did that happen and then 2 weeks later you're in love with someone else?
For real.
You're right, like, people are always falling in love.
Circle, yeah.
But how many people are actually
you find that
love?
That grounded, that love for something or for someone. Yeah. That's beautiful, man. Like,
it's also fucking scary.
There's people, yeah, for real.
Because, like, imagine something being so, you can't see it, you can't touch it, you can't feel it,
you can't buy it,
but it has so much control over you.
What you do. Mad, scary.
Your emotions, like, love controls anger, happiness, horniness, everything, right?
Yeah.
Controls your physicality. If you love the gym, you're gonna be there. If you love someone and all your time, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
things are gonna change for that person. So that's why I think it's the best and the worst thing, and that's why I always, whenever someone's asked me, "What do you think about love?" I always go, "It's the best and worst thing," because I'm someone who likes control, and I like to be able to control life and just, like, kind of, you know, put things in place.
Strings.
I'm a director. That's what I like to do.
Pull the strings, yeah.
So suddenly when something's going, no, I'm going to control you, and I'm going to have,
it's a shock to the system, isn't it?
Hell. And it comes out of nowhere. Like, it'll be like, for example, I went for an audition, and anyone who knows me, I love acting. I love the craft. I think it's so important. I can go on about how much I love acting, and it's the thing that got me introduced to writing and directing and even football, right? I love acting. I really, really do. And I remember I got this audition, and it was for something really big, and I can't really say what it was. And I got to the final 10 out of, like, 3,000. And I've been, like, you know, I've been on trial for football clubs, and I love football, don't get me wrong. But I didn't get it, and I was like, oh, I'm a bit gutted, and I cried a little bit. I didn't get this part. I was not the same person for 2 weeks. I was down, and I was like, like, what? Oh shit, that really hurt. For the love of this craft and how much I really want to make it in this industry, as an actor, as a writer, as a director, just to be involved in the industry. That hurt me. That really fucking hurt me.
And that's love.
And that's love. That's the love of the craft and being so close to something. And I think like everything in life, I think people need to be a bit more educated on love and understand that, like, look, this is scary. The first time you experience it, don't rush into everything. Don't. And I always say that to my friends who just get into a relationship for the first time. I'm like, yeah, take it slow. Like,
for real.
Because when you're in love, oh my God, it's like, let's go on our 4th date tomorrow. Let's move in together. Let's go on holiday together. And I'm like, shh, calm down. Like, because it's such an engulfing emotion, you think you need to do everything then. And then comes the scary parts and you're like, I'm done, move on. If you just take it slow and just...
Yeah, don't rush into anything.
Don't let it have that much control over you. You can really
hit the
manage
nail on
it.
the head. I feel like when if I love someone, I will know, because it's that thing of I like control. If something's pulling me in the other direction, I'll give in. I'll go, I do love this person. And again, it's that I'm definitely take things slow person, because I never want to ruin anything. I never want to hurt people. And sometimes, admittedly, whether that's platonically, family, whatever, I do get carried away and I do loads of things for the people I love, and ends up badly, whatever. But that's what love is. Like, love is pain, love is happiness, love is sadness, love is anger. It's like, when I know. Like, I know he's gonna be watching this, and I always use him as an example. But my brother's my best friend. And I love that guy to bits.
We're getting him on the podcast.
Yeah.
He's a fucking great guy.
He wants to come on, to be fair. But my brother's my best friend, and I love it. Like, there's genuinely nothing that I wouldn't do for him.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we fight, we argue, and whatnot. Obviously, he's 13. There's only so many things you can fight about with a 13-year-old. But I always circle back to that thing of, I love him. And obviously, I didn't choose to be family. He didn't choose to be born or whatever. But it's that bond that we've created. It's like, I love him. It's so pure. That's
exactly it. Pure. Like, that family love explains every type of love, right? It's just innate. It's just born into you.
Facts.
You don't to love anything or anyone. It's never I'm going to introduce myself to these people and I'm going to see if I love them. It's never that. It's, oh, you're my mum, I love you. You're my dad, I love you. You're my brother, I love you. Oh, you're this girl I've met. Oh, I'm going to talk to you into suddenly I love you. It's never a controlled emotion. It just happens.
It just happens, man.
And I love to know the science behind it. I'd love to know, because I'm a big believer in that science is proving God's existence instead of disproving it, and science is proving a lot about the human psychology and body and the extents we can push it, right? I'd love to know what happens in the body genetically, chemically, when someone goes from liking something or someone to loving them, and the differences in the chemical imbalance when loving a family member and loving a spouse or a significant other, or even a sport, or even a topic or something. Because it is different.
Yeah, everything's intensified. Like, if something makes you happy, it makes you
10 times happier.
Like, I've been with people and I've driven home with a mad grin on my face. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, snap out of it, bro. Like, but it's mad.
It's crazy,
and I've been hurt by people and I've gone, rah, like that really hurt. It intensifies everything.
Like, just going back a point, like that drive home, and you're just smiling the whole way,
like a fool,
recognizing the love,
clocking.
You're like, oh no, this can't be happening. This is not.
And
great.
it's not necessarily romantic. Like, if I really enjoy spending time with someone, I'm like, bro,
like I've spent time with people and come home going, I really had fun. I really love that.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing to say to yourself.
Like, even when we finished the first episode of this podcast, right? I went home and I was
buzzing.
I really fucking loved that. That was really fun. And then when we put the first episode, I was like, oh, I really love
Yeah,
this.
and when people react, I'm like, I love
I
you
love
for that.
you,
Like,
yeah.
I love you for that.
Do you know how many people I've rekindled relationships with because of stuff like this? And you were gonna say something like when it's not reciprocated. Something you said like when it's not reciprocated or something like that. It does take you to the lowest lows. Like, have you ever loved someone, whether it be a significant other or a friend, and then lost touch with them, or had a massive argument with them, or friendship's not there anymore? And then fast forward years, you see them and you're like, oh, I had love for you. Do I still have love for you, even though everything that happened? And it's that weird internal battle, because I can talk from, like, I've lost a lot of friends. And quite recently, actually, I saw someone that I don't speak to anymore. And internally, there was this weird battle of like, oh, but I really love you. Like, you know, and loved spending time with you, and there was a lot of high moments with you, and you know, I don't smoke weed.
He does cocaine though.
No, I don't.
What's that on the nothing.
Yeah, it's a weird thing when you love someone and then suddenly you can't anymore.
Nah,
and I want to. It's hard to talk about when you don't want to bring up names and
Yeah.
stories.
copyright
do you
and
know what I mean?
you know, data protection, all them things there.
But it's a crazy feeling because you hate them immediately after, and you might be different, right? But you can only love someone if you hate them. No, you can only hate someone if you love them. Is my theory.
Correct.
Or have had love for them, or love something about them. I'm just going to keep going on, but yeah. And that was a really weird moment for me when I saw this person, and I went, I really wanted to say hi, or I wanted to ask how it's going, but I know we left it on a sour note. And are you still in the hate me phase, or are you past that now? I don't even want to be your friend. I just want to, you know.
See how you doing.
So this is me telling you. No, I'm joking.
Go on.
No, I'm joking.
It's cool.
No, but I'm joking. But you know what I mean.
You're good. Yeah. There's someone that you know very well, and we had this conversation the other day.
I didn't even mean to bring this up. I swear to God.
No, you're good.
I swear to God.
And I had so much love for this person.
I just went down.
Like crazy love for this person. Like, it was so cool. Like, we got along so well.
Wait, restart that because I fell.
Sorry, I had crazy love for this person. Yeah, like got on so well, and we're good. Like, we're unbelievable. And I'm quite a reasonable person. So when this person sort of contacts started getting a bit scarce, I was like, all right, cool, give them their space. But then it completely stopped. And it's like, and it ended a bit sour, as you probably know. But it's like, I'm trying to hate this person, but I can't, because I did have love for them. Like, that was my bro, like my person.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I can't hate you because of everything we've been through, the feelings that we've shared, the moments that we've shared together that were absolutely beautiful. It's like, it's that conflict, because I know that it ended sour, but I still want to know how you're doing, because you're an amazing person.
Yeah.
And that's what love will do to you.
Yeah.
Love will keep bringing you back, boy. So that's the madness for me.
Yeah.
And I completely get what you're saying.
Exactly the same. Like, and because you haven't seen that person for a while.
I haven't seen this person it's coming up to 2 years.
Right. So if, for example, you're in a supermarket and you see them and there's definite eye contact.
Yeah.
Would you go and ask how they are?
Definitely. I think I would. I'd be like,
Cool.
yo, like,
Cool.
how's it going? Like, how you been?
I find it hard to break that barrier. And I'm not like, I'm going to go out there. It's not even just romantical. Like, it's
Nice.
friendship. Like, it's I just find it hard because I'm like, what phase are you at?
Where are we?
Where
do I fit in again?
Where are you with me? I know where I am with you because I know.
Yeah. Where do I fit in again? Almost.
So even seeing that part of love where it's like you can love, hate, and then not know where you stand with someone. That's crazy.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Love is crazy.
So
love is mad.
The question was, what is love? And we've analysed
Gone around the houses a bit.
But I think that explains it, because there is so many factors to it. It's not just as easy as...
It's not as easy as anything.
Love is a feeling and have fun getting it. It's not as easy as that. Love is...
And people throw around that word too much.
I agree. There's a fucking show called Love Island.
Yeah.
Where you go there.
I don't know how much love is on Love Island, by the way.
Yeah.
But
none. I'll tell you that now. There's no love on that show.
But yeah, you just know.
When you love someone.
Like, you know, bro. When you love someone, when you love something, you just, like, I can't even explain it. Like, there's been moments where I've just gone, yeah.
Can you... I'm trying to think. This is a really hard conversation when you can't bring up names.
Copyright and, them things there.
Can you name a time or talk in somehow a story when you realised you were in love with something / someone and you went, oh, I actually really love this?
Okay. I spoken word poetry.
Mm-hmm.
I was introduced to it when I was about 13. Didn't really care for it. Tried to write a bit. Didn't really bang, whatever. Watch YouTube videos and whatnot. And then I actually wrote a poem for someone. For like, you're an idiot. Why is he laughing like that?
I didn't laugh.
All right,
I didn't laugh
cool.
at all.
I
smiled.
I saw the little. All right, cool. No, we're good. This is me kind of I'm projecting onto you in it. But I wrote a poem for someone, and they told me how they felt about it. I was like, right, like, I've brought this person joy with words. I don't have to spend any money. I don't have to go anywhere. I just sat in my room, opened up my laptop, and did my thing. That was when I was like, I love this. I love what I can do with this.
Yeah.
I can make this person feel angry.
Yeah.
Or whoever it is, feel angry, sad, happy with words. With these intangible things that we throw about. And I was like, I love this art. Yeah. I genuinely love it. And when I get reactions to my poems and reactions to performances I've done, like, it makes me realize I love this. Like, I love being able to make people think or feel certain things by just writing something down on a page. Like, I love this art. I love how I can take it anywhere. I can say what I want. I can perform it how I want and make people feel a certain way. If someone's down, I could perhaps write them something that will make them have a more positive outlook on life. If I'm trying to make someone think about something, I could do that. Like, that moment when that person was like, bruh, like, this made me feel happy, or this made me feel hopeful, or I'm proud of you for this. I was like, damn, like, that's mad, because that's payment for me. Like, that gratitude and that feeling that I get, like, that's payment for me. I'm so humbled by that, and I appreciate that so much. But that's definitely one for me.
It's amazing how you recognize you're in love with something or someone when there's something reciprocated. It's always on the other thing showing you emotion back. Correct. So, like, for me, like, a very similar story. Acting. Year 10, did a play in a theatre in Finchley. Finished the show, lights went dark, lights went up, everyone's on their feet,
mad,
applauding, crying,
mad.
People coming up to me, oh my god, you're amazing, da 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 da. And I went, oh, this is a really nice feel. Like, someone came up with tears still in their eyes, going, oh my god, you made me cry. And I was like, oh, this is a nice feeling, like, changing someone's emotions or making someone feel worthwhile. Yeah, I think that's it. I think at the end of the day, we're all trying to make our time on this planet worthwhile. We're all trying to make it worth every second. Because I know for me, when I going back to earlier when we were talking about productivity and stuff, I know when I fall into playing FIFA, I'm like, oh, I'm actually wasting time here. It's always about wasting time or feeling like I'm not worthy of this time. So if something or someone is making me feel like I've made their time worthwhile, I don't fall in love in a minute, but it's a good journey into loving them.
And I love you for that. I love you for inspiring me to keep going. Like, yeah, bro, it's mad. It's that, like you say, it's that whole feeling of fulfillment. Like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this because this made you feel a certain way. I want to keep giving you that feeling. And it extends to a lot of what I do, and I know what you do in life as well. If I can keep giving someone a certain feeling of happiness, joy, whatever it is, I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep doing it because that makes me happy. I love that. I love making you happy, making you feel proud. I love that. So I'm going to keep doing what I do because I love you and I love that. So that's definitely it for me. Cool. Should we...
Yeah. I don't know when that camera cut out, but if there's a bit where it's just Paul's face or just my face or just no face and just graphics over it, that's why. Talking about love and fulfillment, this podcast, I love it.
Yeah, facts.
It really does make me feel worthwhile, and I hope it made you feel worthwhile listening, watching. Reminder, we're on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, the lot.
One love. I put up my middle finger and I was straight into the camera.
Yeah. I hope you felt worthwhile watching this. I hope you had fun like we did. It got quite heavy today. Not heavy, but like...
heavy. But I like these where we can have a question that we can just hone in on.
Keep sending in your questions. We like them.
Please do.
Maybe next time we'll have a guest.
Potentially.
Got to check some figures.
Yeah, got to check some figures. Got to scrape the change off my bedside table.
I've been Adam Savva.
I've been Paul Gialo.
This has been the Untitled Podcast. Thank you.
Peace.
Oh, that was a heavy one.
Yeah,
it wasn't. It was a fun one.
It was good though. I thought getting through that question was actually quite nice.
Yeah. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. I love Arsenal way too much. It's literally all that's on my Twitter timeline.